Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by
Bell Tire.
Since 2016, Nicholas Castellanos is batting .324 against the Royals, and Nick will bring that red-hot bat into KC tonight. Welcome to Kauffman Stadium, Game 2 in this 4-game weekend series featuring the Tigers and the Kansas City Royals. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to Tigers Baseball. Mario and Pemba, Kirk Gibson, glad to have you with us for Game 2. The Tigers lose the opener yesterday, and of course they lost Miguel Cabrera on top of that due to an injury to the hamstring, Gibby, and now a couple of moves because of the injuries yesterday.
Well, they've been running pitchers up and down. Blaine Hardy in, Chad Bell out, but they lost Miggy. Grayson Griner replaces him, so now it's here comes the depth. This is something they haven't had to deal with yet this year. It's a big loss.
All right, now Nicholas Castellanos, what more can you say about him? Another big game yesterday. It seems like we got to start calling this guy a veteran hitter. He really just continues to make adjustments.
He does. He acts like a veteran hitter. He's always known that he can hit. He starts to make the adjustments. He stays with it when pitchers get him out. Last night, third inning, they come inside, they jam him, and you get him they got a guy at second base, and then the next at bat in the fifth, he comes up, makes the adjustment. They don't quite get it deep enough. Nick stays with his approach, and he tucks one down there 359 feet away. 3 hits last night. Now we're going to look right here. Look at the difference. Look at the elbow on the one on the left, how it's kind of chicken wing. The one on the right, he gets there just fast enough. And that's the difference in the one at bat. He makes that adjustment. Like I said, 3 hits last night. I like where he is in the lineup now. He moves up to third. He's got a switch hitter above him, a switch hitter behind him, and he's killing lefties, so it'll be hard for teams to bring in a lefty to face Nick. And he looks to do damage in the number 3 spot.
All right, now the Tigers have Francisco Liriano on the hill for the ball game here tonight, and I would argue that he probably has been the most consistent Tiger starter this year.
Well, you know, we had to vote on Tiger of the Month, and both of us voted for Liriano. 3 quality starts, but in all 5 of his starts, less than 3 runs per start. He's got a good fastball, good lively. He knows where to go. Look at this arm action, how he whips it, powerful. Got the long fingers. It comes out of there hot. And this is up in the zone and blows him away. He's got a lot of innings on his arm. Then he's going to come with that slider after the fastball. And he just keeps these guys off balance, pounds the ball inside. Now here's the slider. Look at the fingers. You can just see he just adjusts his wrist. The good snappy follow through. Jams him right there, and he tries to go under the hands all the time. Many people have seen Liriano, but it doesn't matter. They just do not see his slider. He's got to see his slider. His biggest nemesis is his walks, but it's against the Royals. For some reason, he does not walk anybody. You just want to keep an eye on him. He gets around 80, 85 pitches. You got to keep an eye on him and get to the bullpen.
All right, hopefully he'll be able to even up the series here tonight against KC. After a short break, we'll go to the Call Sam studios and check in with Mickey York. Coming up in this one here tonight, the Royals have been enjoying some Soler power. Jorge Soler, a big turnaround from last year. We'll talk about that when we come back to KC.
expectations of what a bank can be. Come to Comerica. And by Chrysler. It's Star Wars night here at the K in Kansas City. May the 4th be with you as well. As we welcome you inside Comerica Park, Kauffman Stadium here in Kansas City. Tigers just getting set to take the field for game 2 of 4 against the Royals. And Miguel Cabrera, before the game, put on the 10-day disabled list. The Tigers in need of some fresh arms as well. So that leads to some roster moves for the team this afternoon. On the way out is Chad Bell. Coming up in his place, the lefty Blaine Hardy. Grayson Greiner also getting his first big league call-up while Miguel Cabrera is on the 10-day DL. And that also means somebody new at first base. Well, not new, but John Hicks will take over there for a while. He has played 3 games so far this season at first base. He'll get a little bit of run there now, and that's quite all right with him.
Whatever gets me in the lineup, I'm more than happy to do. You know, I obviously grew up catching, and that's my first passion in baseball was catching. But you know, I enjoy playing first base. It gives me a whole different perspective of the game.
Just from the aspect of being able to focus on hitting rather than working with the pitchers between innings and game planning, all that goes into catching when you have to do double duty and that. How will that help you with your approaches at the plate or just being more focused on at-bats?
I mean, I think it's great as a position player to be able to go out and focus on your at-bats. And I mean, as a catcher, I mean, when I walk up to the plate, I'm all about hitting. And then, you know, obviously when I come back to the dugout, then I'm going to work to get the pitcher ready. But playing first, I mean, you know, there's times where I can go to the cage more and get ready for an at-bat and maybe work on a few different things that I'm not able to as much when I'm catching.
He'll hope to supply some offensive and defensive support for Francisco Liriano, who hopes to have that nasty slider working here again tonight, going for his 4th win of the season and hoping to help the Tigers even up this series at 1 win apiece against the Royals. First pitch coming your way next with Gibby and Mario.
Tigers and the Royals get set to do battle here. Game 2 in this 4-game series. The Tigers starting lineup tonight presented by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. And for Ron Gardenhire tonight, it's going to be Leonis Martin leading off in center field, followed by Candelario and Castellanos. Victor Martinez is back in the lineup DHing tonight. Jacoby Jones in left. John Hicks will take over for Miggy at first base. You got McCann, Iglesias, and Machado rounding it out for the Tigers, and they are facing Ian Kennedy tonight, presented by Jeff Glover and Associates Realtors.
Ian Kennedy 1-3, but he's pitched way better than that. He does not get much run support. Fastball, he likes to ride it high in the zone. Good changeup, and he can throw a curveball, a knuckle curve as well. And
there's Gardy, who is hoping that his team can rebound after that tough loss yesterday, 10-6. It seemed like every time the Royals put some runs on the board, the Tigers would come right back, but could never really get over the hump.
Yeah, we could not stop the Royals from scoring. It was back and forth. Royals wore us down yesterday, and of course they lost Miggy in the middle of the game. That does not help.
So here is Leonis Martin to get it started for the Tigers. Martin, Candelario, and Castellanos facing the right-hander Ian Kennedy, and here we go. First pitch of the ball game tonight is a strike call.
Ian's going to come out throwing a lot of fastballs early in the count, or I should say early in this game.
33 years of age, out of Huntington Beach, California, Ian Kennedy.
Extremely durable.
The 0-1 pitch, missing high and inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Jeff Nelson is your home plate umpire in this one tonight. Rest of the crew surrounding him around the bases.
My scouting report says he's a strike caller.
We like that. 2 balls and 1 strike on Martin. Leonis was 3 out of 4 in the opener yesterday. Tigers had 15 hits in that game, but ended up losing the contest. Here's the 2-1. Now Kennedy missing outside again. 3-1 on Martin.
Just look at Kennedy's motion. It repeats his motion almost every time. Rides it up and away. He's sneaky. He's only going to be in low 90s, but he's very sneaky.
And he gets the outside corner, a strike call. Martin discarded the bat, and he's going to be called back.
That ball's off the plate. True to the scouting report, he rates one of the higher umpires, top 10 for sure in calling strikes. Just a little off the plate, and there you see it.
Here's a 3-2 now, and Martin swings and strikes out on what should have been ball 4 the pitch before.
Let's take a look at the Royals starting defense in the outfield. John Jay at left, Alex Gordon again in center, Jorge Soler is in right field, Chesler Cuthbert at third, Alcides Escobar at short, Whit Merrifield at second, Lucas Duda at first, Salvador Perez behind the plate. Ian Kennedy on the mound for the Royals.
Here is Jeimer Candelario again batting in the 2 spot for the Tigers. 1 for 5 in the opener yesterday, and Candy looks at a strike. Bending in, 0-1.
I believe that's the first pitch, not a fastball, of the game for Ian Kennedy.
Now home plate umpire Jeff Nelson is hearing it.
Did you hear what he said? He said, I'm just going to tell you that's going to be a strike all night.
He's letting the Tigers and Ron Gardenhire know that he's already had his fill. The 0-1.
Jeff Nelson, a veteran umpire, I believe he came up in 1999. So he's heard it. He knows how to handle it as well.
Here's the 1-1 to Candelario, and he looks at a ball low, 2-1.
Gardy's been around too, and umpires talk to him like that. He gets a little puffed up later in the game. You might see a little confrontation. Got a couple of things to watch in this game.
3-1.
Candyman, 306 average with 5 doubles and 9 ribs. 12 games against the Royals.
Here's the 3-1 pitch. Chopped foul first base side and banged it off his foot. Tigers have had just a myriad of little injuries lately. Of course, the hamstring problem for Cabrera, the major one, putting him on the disabled list. But Iglesias turned an ankle. Vmart has had a bad ankle. Now bang off the foot for Candelario, who has also dealt with a sore wrist. And really, the Tigers went the entire month of April, unlike many teams, not having many injuries to deal with.
And then boom, here they come.
Yep.
There's one, another, and another.
Every team goes through it eventually at some point. Little chopper to first base. That's a fair ball. Smothered there by Duda. Pitcher covers for the out. Nice play. That ball was headed to the corner.
Jamer had a little attitude right there. Did you see the way he hit the bag? He and Kennedy had part of the bag occupied. He said, I get my space too. Good play here, catching it. Ran hard all the way. Almost down into the right field corner.
So with 2 outs, here is Castellanos. Nicholas batting in the 3 slot in this one here today with Cabrera out of the lineup. 3 out of 5 yesterday. Homer and 2 RBIs for Nick. Ball 1.
There's the full shift against Nick. Outfield is opposite. So if you can see here, these guys are all over here. You'll watch Nick's swing path. He pretty much takes that bat on the inside pitch straight down to it. Doesn't try and come around it. Many hitters will cheat on an inside fastball. You see him pulling them foul all the time. You won't see Nick Castellanos pull a lot of ground balls foul on a ball that's inside.
Kennedy, meanwhile, continues to fall behind. He has been behind every hitter now, 3-0 on Castellanos.
This is why they shift against the Tigers. Against the full shift, only 188 on ground balls and short line drives are the Tigers.
3-1.
Mick taking all the way right there.
In there, a strike called on the inside part of the plate. Nick thought it might have been a litlittle bit low, but now 3-2 with Victor on deck.
Again, I'm Jeff Nelson. He's a strike caller. It's right in the scouting report. You're going to have to swing. It's a good take because it's probably a ground ball, but on this pitch with 2 strikes, you're going to have to take it. Look at Kennedy. He's got, you wonder, you know, he's just throwing fastballs, but watch, they're on the corners. He has a real tight 4-seam spin. So he has good finish on his pitches. Jumps on you at the end.
And he's about to throw his 19th pitch of this first inning. It'll get fouled back out of play. Kennedy has been a workhorse in his career, but here at home he has won just 1 of his last 21 starts at Kauffman Stadium.
Wow.
And that win was in the last series of the year last year against Arizona. I mean, that's quite a stretch.
Pretty good team he beat.
Swing and a miss. Castellanos down on strikes, and Kennedy has a 1-2-3 first inning. Tigers will send Francisco Liriano to the mound. He is presented this evening by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
6th game for Francisco. He's thrown very well, averaged just a third of an inning below 6 per game. 14 walks, 21 strikeouts in 29 and a third innings. Knows how to pitch. Knows what pitch to throw in any given situation. He's got that good slider. Called it the no-see-em slider. You can't really see it. Doesn't have the dot on the end of the ball when it comes in.
Whit Merrifield leads it off and looks at strike one. Explain the old dot theory with breaking pitches.
Well, on certain pitches, you can, when it ball's coming on you, the way the ball spins, you can see a round circle. It's like a dot. With the good ones, you can't see them. They just come out and it looks like a fastball and just disappears. A lot of it has to do with the grip of the pitcher and the delivery, where the angle is that they deliver from.
2-1 on Merrifield, getting things started here for the Royals. He was 1 for 5 in the opener yesterday. He has done really well against left-handed pitching this year. Chops this one towards second. And Machado throws him out. 1 away. Here is the rest of the lineup for the Royals, presented by your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Soler checking in now in the 2 spot, then Moustakas and Perez. Cuthbert is at third tonight. John Jay in left, Duda, Gordon, Escobar in the bottom 3 spots. And Soler skies one in the air to deep center field. Martinez on the run to the track, going to the wall, and makes the catch up against the wall. Leonis had it tracked all the way.
Turned the right way, got a good beat on it, got back quick enough that he could find his bearings against the wall. Kansas City gets a big outfield out there, 410 feet away. Leonis gets a good jump. See how he gets back really quick? Now he knows right where he's at. You can see the shadow on the wall right there. Look, he's running. He's not even looking at the ball. Got a good read off this ball right off the bat. It's a long out. 2 down.
Soler homer in the game yesterday. It looked like he got another one here tonight, but it fell just a little bit shy. Here is Mike Moustakas, a .298 batter. 8 home runs this year for Moustakas. So a wave and a miss. 0-2.
Moustakas hitting .250 against lefties, .319 versus righties, but he looks pretty good to me against lefties in the games that we've watched him. Call it. A little too low.
Salvador Perez waiting on deck. The 1-2.
Oakland University brings you the Tigers starting defense. Let's go out there left to right. Jones, Martin, and Castellanos in the outfield. Candelario and Hicks on the corners. Iglesias and Machado up the middle. Big James McCann behind the plate.
Ball high, 2-2 now on Moustakas. 1 for 3, scored a couple of runs in the opener yesterday. Walk, double, sac fly. Now that the Royals are healthy again, they've got Perez in the middle of their lineup with Moustakas. Pretty good combination.
He's got a piece of, we've seen many at bats already in this series where Moustakas looks like he's taking opportunities that balls away to try and hit them against the shift, or I should say away from the shift.
Fouled away.
Got 3 Tigers on the right side of the diamond. Chambers playing shortstop right now.
Spoils another one, and the next pitch will be the 9th in this at bat.
Seems like Moustakas is more comfortable on pitches out over the plate. You need to crowd him right on that inside corner. If you miss and leave it out, he may hurt you, though. It's not bail at all, lefty on lefty.
It'll chopper back up the middle. Iglesias will charge it. And Moustakas is out. 1, 2, 3 go the Royals. Vimart back in the Tigers lineup today. He'll lead things off in the top of the second.
Yesterday, Miguel Cabrera, who has been the bicep. He's run right there. You can see him shut it down. Appeared to be a little hamstring tweak. And they put him on the disabled list. And that's a huge loss for the Tigers. Doug Teeter right there. Taking him off the trainer. Guardy's missing his big gun. That moves everybody up in the bullpen, or in the lineup, and Victor Martinez will lead it off.
He'll slap one toward left field on a line. Sinking, base hit. So Vimart has a leadoff single here in the second.
Told you should have taken him and stick.
I'm going to stay with my pick of Castellanos.
Good job right here, kind of trying to go against the shift. They're shifting to the right side. See Vimart just trying to get on base right there. The leadoff single.
Here is Jacoby Jones, who on a day in which the Tigers scored, well, I should say, put up 15 hits. Jacoby was hitless, although he did scald a ball and lined into a double play in a key part of the ball game.
Yeah, that's bad luck. Tell you what, Jacoby is really starting to understand how his swing works on what pitches. Previously, till about mid-April this year, he was really jumping out at that breaking ball, still trying to go get it. Now he finally, one day, he learned to stay back. He's imprinted that feel in his memory, and now he's just having good at bat after good at bat. Breaking pitches, he's staying on, got more length to his swing, and doing some damage. And this guy, he's a game impactor late in the game. He can get on and win the game many ways for you. This is why they got him.
Number is much better this year through 26 games last year. In there, strike called. There were so many deals the Tigers have made at the deadline the last couple of years, and one that just kind of, I don't know, people didn't pay too much attention to was the Soria deal to Pittsburgh that got Jacoby Jones. He was at Double-A at the time, so he was not near big league ready at that time, but he's now arrived. Oh, look out.
He swung, they're going to say.
That ball rolls all the way out to second base. And they're going to get a double play on this.
They hit him right in the arm, too. Did it hit the bat?
Wow, that thing rolled all the way out to the left side of the infield.
Hit him right on the back of the hand. I believe the hand is part of the bat.
Well, now the umpires are going to converse to see if there was intent on the swing.
I don't think there was an intent. I think he just, where his hands were, he went to get out of the way.
Right, and that's why they may not rule this a swing.
I mean, he was like stepping forward. It's the only way they're calling him out.
They are calling him out. How about that? They're going to get a double play on this, it appears. Now Ned Yost coming out to have a chat with Jeff Nelson. And now Gardy wants an explanation.
Yeah, I don't know if we can hear him on the microphone. Uh-oh.
I'm not sure we want to hear him on the microphone. Well, the ball ricocheted so far and it went down to third base. Cuthbert threw to second and they relayed to first. Vimar was out at second base. So there are 2 outs now and the bases are empty in a bizarre play. It'll bring up John Hicks.
We're going to try and get a verification on that rule. It looked like he swung, but I don't think he had intent of swinging.
And that's the key point there on plays like that. It's not, I don't believe, whether or not you break the plane with the bat. It's the intent of the swing. Meanwhile, the Royals very alertly threw around the diamond, got a double play. The 0-1 to Hicks. John 2 out of 4 in the opener yesterday. Fouled out of play and the count now 1-2. Well, Hicks now will see some time at first base with Cabrera out, and as Ron Gardenhire said before today's game, he has really acquitted himself well defensively at first base. Swing and a miss, down he goes as Kennedy gets him on the floater, his 3rd strikeout of the ball game. We go to the bottom of the 2nd.
most runs per game versus any opponent. That's since 2015, minimum 10 games. Tigers scoring lots against the Tigers. Twins, you see 2 within the division there. So they've put a lot of pressure on the Tigers since 2015.
Well, they had 10 runs on 13 hits in yesterday's games. Perez leads it off. Perez, Cuthbert, and Jay here in the bottom of the second. No score. And Salvador looks at a ball low. Perez homered in yesterday's ball game, was 2 out of 4. He has hit safely now 9 of 11 since coming off the disabled list, suffering that freak knee injury during spring training. 1-2.
Believe it or not, Selby does not hit lefties at all this year so far. 143 clip.
Perez has, however, had his successes against Liriano. 4 for 10 in his career against Francisco. It'll dart low and away, and the count fills now 3-2.
A lot of deep count so far.
And he walked him.
The Tigers take on the Mariners Saturday, May 12th at 4:10 p.m. First 20,000 fans receive a free 1968 50th anniversary tote bag. For tickets, call 866-66-TIGER or go to tigers.com.
Here is Chesler Cuthbert. Cuthbert has been all over the diamond. He started at third, at first. He has started 8 times as the DH. He has had third base in this one tonight. .211 batting average, 3 homers, was hitless in yesterday's game. Driven foul back out of play, 0-2. Liriano, the Tigers pitcher of the month in the month of April for the Tigers. And they got some really good starts from Matt Boyd that month, from Michael Fulmer as well. But Liriano was really consistent. And I think if there's one thing to get Francisco to do a little bit more of, Gibby, it's go deeper into games, I would think.
Yeah, well, he so far tonight, 5 for 5 in first pitch strikes. Walks are what grinds him. He's usually pretty good at getting out of the walks. He walked 2 his last time out, 4. He's got 3, 3, and 2. So that's 14 walks in 5 starts, almost 3 per start. Also has 21 strikeouts in those 29 innings. He knows how to get out of it.
It's always been part of the package in terms of the base on balls, but also for Liriano, lifetime, he averages 9 strikeouts per 9 innings. And you can see the breakdown right now through 25 pitches. He's missed with 10 of them.
But he feasts off the energy when hitters get ahead.
Just off the plate. Where was that?
He wanted to call it. Just Sammy flinched.
3-2.
That's the second straight 3-2. Watch Jeff Nelson right here. Watch. He wants to call it. That right arm, though, doesn't move. Need a double play right here.
Cuthbert, 323 versus left-handed pitching this year. A native of Nicaragua. Only 3 actives are from that country. Ground ball to third. There's your double play ball. Candy to second, 1. Relay to first is going to be late. Tip too long to turn that thing.
looked like Jamer just didn't get a good, clean handle on it. Did catch the ball first on the exchange, bobbled it a little bit, and the same down at second. He reaches in, looks like he got gloved, and then you can see Machado. The throw takes him off the back of the bag a little bit and unable to get the speedy Cuthbert.
Here is John Jay. One of the things we have noticed on Liriano is he has been absolutely dominant against left-handed batters. Coming in, they were just 1 for 25 against Francisco. That's an 0.40 batting average for left-handed hitters. The slider is so dominant. The 0-1 pitch, and that one's in there for a strike. 0-2, and the former Cardinal John Jay.
He's giving him some eyeballs there. Didn't like the call. Now 1 and 2. You got to go right after him here. We don't need to go 2-2, 3-2 again. You're talking about the counts, Mario.
Right.
That's what happens. You go into trying to throw a ball, chase mode. As a hitter, you're trying not to chase. So you're kind of looking for the ball that's going to move out the plate.
And that's really what Francisco said coming into spring training this year. His aim was to get outs within the first 3 pitches to keep that pitch count lower.
He's had 3-2 and a 3-2 count. Now he's at 2-2. I'm just telling you, as a hitter, you're really staying back. You really want to see the ball. You're going to let it travel a little more.
Here you go now, 1 for 26 this season versus lefties. That's 0.38. Updated numbers on Liriano against left-handers.
Good start.
Foul back. In your experience in the game, what is it about good left-handed batters that can hit good left-handed pitching? What do they do differently?
Just have to get comfortable. They see the ball. You have to learn to slow yourself down, because if you kind of jump and that front hip goes back away from the plate, you know, your swing path gets way longer and you can't put it in play.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
There you go, right at the top of zone 93. Let's take a look. Kept coming with the heater. Looked like they were looking for the slider. Right up underneath. Couldn't get his hands on it. As you enjoy a Miller Lite, look forward to the whole true moment later in tonight's game. It'll be a Tiger moment. A good one.
Lucas Duda had some good moments yesterday. 3 hits and a total of 4 RBIs. Wave and a miss, 0-1. Duda batting .235 after his 3-hit performance yesterday. Only 171 though against lefties this year. Strike called, 0-2.
Looking for the slide piece. Got the 2-seam 93er. Hitters, many hitters, you turn into guest hitters sometimes. You've got an idea. It's not that you sell out all the time, but you feel like right here, I'd say you give a fastball.
And he went around, strike 3.
Got a boy to finish strong.
Couple of strikeouts for Liriano, 2 in the books. McCann will get it started for the Tigers. Embarrassing moment yesterday for Yangervis Solarte, one of the worst lines you'll ever see, but boy, did he make up for it as the day went on. Over the course of a doubleheader, he finished 8 hits, 2 homers, including a grand slam to give the Jays the win in Game 1. So while the slide was ugly and it turned out to give him a bloody lip, bloody nose, he made up for it.
Yeah, a bruised horn. You see that thing?
Yeah.
Gosh.
A bruised horn.
That's good stuff.
That's a strike called on McCann. Bottom 3, McCann, Iglesias, and Machado. Mack in the ball game yesterday, 1 for 4. He's hit safely now in his last 3. And he has really started to elevate that batting average. In fact, it's up 111 points since about the middle of April. There you are.
On the move, isn't he?
327 in his last 14 ball games. Here's the 1-1. Kennedy missing outside and low, 2-1. So McCann now will be backed up by Grayson Greiner, who was called up from AAA today, with John Hicks now serving mostly as a first baseman. There's a strike call. 2-2 on McCann. There's Greiner, who was called up to the big leagues for the first time and had a lot of his family here. They were with him in Durham yesterday, as a matter of fact, when he learned he was being called up. Low and away, 3-2. Tigers trying to get the leadoff man on here. They've had a single in the first 2 innings. It'll pop up foul back out of play. Iglesias waiting in the on-deck circle, and then Machado, the bottom 3 for the Tigers. Kind of a patchwork lineup these days with Cabrera out. The Tigers have had some little nagging injuries as well. Guys have had to play through.
And they did. It's a good opportunity.
Popped up. See if it stays in play. First base side for Duda. And McCann is out, 1 away. Well, tomorrow it's a baseball doubleheader on Fox Sports 1 starting at 4 p.m. The Tigers take on the Royals. Then at 7, Cody Bellinger and the Dodgers take on the Padres. Catch it all tomorrow on FS1. Stream it live on Fox Sports Go. Here is Iglesias.
I think he's due. He's been hot as well.
Bouncing ball left side, diving stop, Cuthbert. 2 gone.
No, he's been swinging at a lot of first pitches that first time up. Kansas City's done a good job of making them pitchers pitches, and just off the end of the bat, he breaks his bat. And Cuthbert with a good play takes care of Iggy.
Cuthbert on the grass to guard against the bunt, and didn't have a lot of time on that ball, diving to his left. They're shifting on Machado now as Dixon stands in with 2 outs. Couple of hits yesterday for Machado, 2 for 4 in the opener. Had a double, and now Dixon with 9 doubles this year. Tied for the team lead for the Tigers.
You can see the shift right here. This is called the full shift. 3 guys over here. First baseman's the only one, and it works. Here's some information on it. 37 of 42, 88% of at bats have been grounders. Dixon Machado's to the left side of the field. The grounders are liners. 0 for 14 on grounders and liners versus this shift. This is why people shift people with the data suggests, and he does hit it the other way in the air.
Shallow fly to right field, caught there by Soler, and that's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for Ian Kennedy. To the bottom of the 3rd we go.
Liriano throwing a beauty so far. Has only given up no hits so far. 7 for 7 first pitch strikes. That's a good sign. That's one of the indicators that you look for with Francisco. Trying to get him more efficient, deeper into the game. First pitch strike is key.
Gordon leads it off. He'll be followed by Escobar and then Merrifield. No score in this one to this point, and a ball low to Alex Gordon. 87 pitches in his last start for Liriano. That got him through 6 1/3 before he was taken out against Baltimore on the road. In there, and the count goes 1-1. 97 pitches is his season high, and that was in Cleveland, his second start of the year. Gordon looks at a ball low, and the count's 2-1. Gordon has really come on. He has been hot. He's been on base in 14 straight games. 3 out of 4 yesterday. And he hit a long home run yesterday.
Yeah, he jumped on it. He sat on a off-speed pitch. It was a straight change, and he bombed it. It was a no-doubter. He's made a change here from last year. Remember how much he struggled last year?
Chopper up the middle for Iglesias. 1 out.
Also tomorrow, FoxSports.com and FSN will present a feature short on the careers of Jack Morris and Alice Trammell. Both are being inducted into the Hall of Fame this July.
Morris and Tram, a career look back.
They've been doing a lot of stuff together. I'm hearing some stories.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Some good ones, I assume.
Yeah, and I would encourage as many that can go. And we just talked to George Brett. He says he's going.
Here is Escobar. He'll shoot one down the right field line. Slicing, it'll drop. Base hit. Escobar taking the turn. Castellanos gets it back in.
Good job, Nick. Got himself in position right there.
First hit of the ball game for the Royals.
Something off the end of the bat right here. It's kind of slicing away. Escobar is a known first pitch swinger. Look at he gets it. Escobar's reading. As soon as he sees Nick clean it up, pick it up cleanly, he retreats.
Liriano took a no-hitter into the 6th inning in his last start against the Royals back on the 22nd of April, and Whit Merrifield broke it up with a home run. And Merrifield is up there right now after the first KC hit in this game.
Escobar will take off on you if you don't keep an eye on him.
Ground ball slowly toward third, gobbled up Candelario. The relay to first. In time, a double play. He's swinging around the horn, 5-4-3. And that's it for the Royals here in the third. Candy, Dixon on for 2. Tigers baseball presented by Bell Tire. 4th here in Kansas City. Game 2 in this 4-game series. The Tigers and Royals. KC won the opener yesterday. Top of the order coming up is Leonis Martin, Jeimer Candelario, Nick Castellanos facing Ian Kennedy. Strike called on Martin, who fanned to start the ball game.
I'm a little consumed over here. I apologize. I'm digging for that rule. Bugging me. Should know that.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Martin fouls it off, and the count is no balls and 2 strikes. That one caught Perez a little bit. Martin also, I should say, made a nice defensive play on a ball hit by Soler up against the wall in center field, so he's made his presence known already in this ball game tonight. The 0-2. Slap toward left field. Jay going back to make the play. 1 gone.
We had a good view of that right there. Ball took off, sliced towards left field line, and John Jay's seen a few of those. I don't know if when you go to ball games, look just how far those balls can move. And you play the game long enough, you learn how to anticipate how far it's going to go. You don't want to chase it, you want to get in front of it.
Jeimer Candelario is 0 for 1. Ball 1 to Candy. Candelario's been bothered by that sore wrist, but it mostly bothers him when he bats right-handed, not as much lefty. That'll miss outside. 2-0. He also leads the American League, tied for the league lead in triples with 3. He's hit 4 home runs this year. It's been a nice start for the young third baseman. Outside again. 3-0.
You let him swing right here.
Let's find out. Nope. In there, a strike call. Now, a lot of times, I guess if you get the green light, you still have to make sure it's something you want.
Yeah, you have to. We call the keyhole. You know, it's like if you're looking through a little keyhole, you want to have a real small spot, really right down the middle, not above the belt, not below, not above. Nah.
It's a soft line drive to right, base hit.
Let's take a look at our Bell Tire pitch by pitch. We talked about Nick Castellanos in our open about his first at bat last night, and here we are, his first at bat tonight. See Kennedy working him away, and they worked him all inside yesterday. This ball's supposed to be away. Nick fouls a couple pitches off, and he just throws a 2-seamer there. He gets it. See what Nick does this time. So I would think that Kennedy eventually is going to come in on him. So you throw so many away, you get a guy in scoring position. The real true stuff will come out. He'll mix it more. Still away in here.
Perez setting up outside. He drives one in the air to right field. Soler is on the move. And Nick is out. 2 away.
So Nick, what he did is he sat on that ball away. Just missed it. Looked like he got it off the bat just a little bit, but had a good aggressive swing at it. Ball was right on the outside corner. He stayed on it. Lots of length. Just missed it. But you can tell, you can see the wheels turning with Nicholas.
He'll bring up Victor Martinez as Kennedy now has hit the 50 plateau and pitch is thrown. He had only a 9-pitch second inning, so he's kept his pitch count in good command. Shifting on V-Mart as they normally do, and there's ball 1 to Victor. Martinez came into this game 3 for his last 24. He has been fighting it a bit lately in the batting average in the low 200s. Now the 1-0. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, you got to think right here. We can look out here and see the big gap between left and center field. There's a lot of territory out here, but that's not where his power is. Probably going to try and pitch him into the shift. They're going away right here. Does not get the call. Kennedy wanted it. Notice the finish on his pitches, how far they're moving right at the end.
Kennedy last year was his 8th consecutive seasons of at least 30 starts.
He's a 200 inning guy. Really never been hurt other than early in his career when he was with the Yankees. He was part of a Max Scherzer trade way back when.
Now 3-1 on Vmart.
I believe Ian came to Arizona and Scherzer went to Detroit, actually.
That is correct.
Edwin Jackson, was he in that trade as well?
He may have been. Yeah, I believe it was actually. 3-1. Went around 3-2. Vmart tied up there. Kennedy signed a 5-year deal in 2016, so he is in the 3rd season of that deal with the Royals, which runs through 2020. They got him for a couple of more years after this one.
Kennedy used that slider in that aggressive 3-1 swing count.
Bullet into right field and through the shift. Candelario is on his way to 3rd. They will stop in there. It's a single for Victor Martinez. He's 2 for 2. And now the Tigers have him at 1st and 3rd with 2 outs.
Got the fastball this time, not the slider. Like you said, bullet, that's right through the middle of the teeth of the shift. Kenny thought about coming home, but Royals got it in too quickly. Soler with a good throw. That'll leave it up to Jacoby. They threw him in. Remember, he had the crazy swing at the ball inside that hit him. She's been reviewing that rule. I think they deemed that he did swing at it, so a ball in play, and it turned into a double play.
Yeah, 5-4-3, which ended the inning. There's a bouncer to 3rd base, fair ball. Cuthbert will go to 2nd, and that will thwart the rally. No runs, 2 hits. Tigers strand a pair. Tigers and Royals here, game 2 in the series, and so far it's been dominated by the starting pitching. Liriano goes back to the mound. Jorge Soler leads it off, and he looks at strike one. Soler drove one to the wall in center field. His first at bat that Martin ran down, made a leaping play on up against the wall, and there's a wave and a miss. 0-2. Bernstein advantage belongs to Liriano in this matchup. 2 for 15 with 7 punch-outs. Soler, nice game yesterday, scored 3 runs. Swing and a miss. And Liriano makes quick work of him again. 1 out. That'll be the 3rd strikeout of the ball game now for the Tigers left-hander. Mike Moustakas will stand in now. No runs on 3 hits for the Tigers. No runs on just 1 hit for the Royals. That was a bloop single by Escobar back in the 3rd. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Moustakas a 6-3 ground out in his first at bat.
Little heads up. Going to get a verification here in a second on that play. That one is consuming me, Mario. The Jacoby play.
Go back and look at that play in which Jones appeared to check a swing, but the ball either hit him in the bat or hit him in the hand and rolled to third base. It ended up being a double play. And Jacoby was just trying to get out of the way. Here's the 1-1 line drive up the middle, right by Iglesias. Tried to spear it off to his left. It's a 1-out single. So Rich Marazzi, MLB rules expert, is with us on the phone now. And Rich, we want to talk about that play and kind of get some clarification on what exactly happened with that check swing by Jacoby Jones.
Okay, Mario, you have 1 of 3 possibilities here. 1, if he's hit by the pitch with no swing, then he would take first base like any other batter hit by a pitch. The second possibility is that he's hit by the pitch with a swing. In that case, the ball is dead, and to be a strike that would be applied to the batter. And the third possibility is what the umpire's rules, that he was not hit by the pitch, the ball hit the bat, and it's a double play. So those are your 3 possibilities, and the umpire's rules for option number 3. And also on
MLB rules guru expert, and we're looking at this play in the second inning. Jacoby's got 2 strikes and he swings, and it appears to hit off his glove. They turn a double play, and we're trying to determine what is this a judgment play or is it a clear rules play?
Well, it's a combination of both, actually, Kurt. In other words, the umpires have to judge if the ball hit the batter and he did not swing, okay, then it's a hit batsman. Now, if the umpire checked with the wing umpire, if Mr. Nelson checked with the last Diaz, and Diaz gave him a swing on that, and it's a hit batsman, then it's just a swing with a strike. And the other possibility is that it's a swing, hit the bat, never hit the batter, which is what they ruled. So it's all judgment. There are rules that go with the judgment, but basically what they ruled here is that the ball never hit the batter, and the ball just hit the bat. If the ball hit the batter on his swing, the ball would be dead and it would just be a strike. If the ball hit the batter with no swing, it'd be a hit batsman.
I think in the last replay we looked at, Rich and Gibby, it looked like that ball hit the knob of the bat, and I think that's what the umpires ruled, that ball actually hit the bat, and that's why they turned the double play. And I think this replay right here shows right there off the knob of the bat.
They got it right with no video replay.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you joining us to verify that rule, and I'm sure we'll talk again. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks a lot, guys. Good luck to you.
All right, Rich, thank you. That's Rich Marazzi, who's helping us clarify that play with Jacoby Jones earlier in the game. But clearly, I think, Gibby, that last replay showed that it hit the knob of the bat, and they probably made the correct call on that.
Yeah, I didn't really realize it hit the end. I thought it hit his hand.
There's a drive to right field, base hit, and the Tigers have something going now. Back-to-back singles for Hicks and McCann. 2 on, nobody out.
See how Mr. Kennedy responds to this. He's been throwing a lot of fastballs early. In the past, when I've watched him and had him as a pitcher on my team, generally start going to some of his curveballs, especially in this first pitch. They try and get that get-me-over curveball. Iglesias is a notorious first pitch swinger. He tries to drop that get-me-over curveball in. About 20% of the time, he swings at the first pitch, so that's really not as high as I thought it was.
Showing bunt, lets it go by. The Royals playing that bunt.
Just a hard cutter right there.
Royals employing the wheel play there because there's not really a whole lot of speed on the bases. McCann and Hicks.
Now Gardy can take it off, and they could conceivably put runners in motion.
Here's the 1-0. They stay put this time, and Iglesias watching it sail outside. 2-0.
If you're a base runner, remember who's behind the plate. Salvador Perez, Mr. Cannon. You got to make sure when that ball crosses the plate, you immediately get back. You don't wait to see if he's going to throw it, because he is quick when it comes. Well, again, we'll watch wheel play. He comes here quick. He charges. He charges, and they're going for the play at third base.
In there, a strike called.
My telly won't clear. I apologize. Here we go.
Tigers lead off singles from Hicks and McCann. Now the 2-1 showing bunt again. Bunted foul. 2-2 on Iglesias.
Yeah, think about when you're going to bunt. You got to try and take your time. You're sacking. Trying to get the sack bunt. Most of the time when you have a problem with the bunt, you get in a little bit of a hurry. And the pitcher likes to throw balls that are hard to bunt, like that one there. Looked like it was elevated a little bit. Tough pitch to bunt.
When will you typically see the wheel play, Gibby? When you have maybe some slower runners on the bases where you might be able to get that guy at third?
Yeah, first of all, the National League, it happens a lot with the pitchers up.
Yeah.
Okay. But when you know a guy's going to bunt, they did what we call the modified wheel. They weren't really charging very hard. Moustakas, if he was in the game, he would be a guy that would, he knows this play very, very well.
Got him, strike 3, and Iglesias has punched out of there, 1 gone.
That's a tough one there.
Hey, join the Tigers in Kroger for the 7th annual Pink Out the Park. It is Sunday, May 13th. Tigers take on the Mariners at 1:10. Special ticket packages include a Pink Out the Park t-shirt and donation to breast cancer research. Go to tigers.com/pinkout if you'd like more information.
The old Pink Out for a great cause.
1 away now for Machado. Dixon, strike called.
Now, with nobody on, they were playing Dixon what they call the full shift, where they had 3 of their infielders all the way to the left of second base. Now with the 2 runners, see, he can't go quite as far.
Oh, 0-2. Machado fly to right field in his only at bat. Tigers trying not to waste a couple of leadoff singles here. Thought about it, and Machado laid off.
We were talking about Machado. 88% of the time he pulls it. He was 0 for 14 with the full shift. Now they're not in the full shift now, so this bodes well for him. Hopefully he hits it right in the middle where they vacated by having to stay with the runner.
Just got a piece of it, staying alive.
This is updated because of the last at bat, 86%, but the grounders and liners to the left side of the second base, basically 0 for 14 when they are in a full shift. Now they are not in a full shift at this time. This is a partial shift.
Big swing again by Dixon. Shifting is all about the percentages, and you saw the percentages leaning heavily on why they go the other way.
So if he's over here, and then he would be over here, that's considered a full shift because he's on the right side over here of the base. That's a partial.
Driven down the left field line. It is hooking, though. Tried to curl one inside that foul pole to left.
Pretty good glove down there for somebody, huh?
Tiger fan caught it. Where are they from, Gibby?
The young man's from Gaylord, Michigan. He's getting out of the cold there in Kansas City.
Nice. Ernie would be proud.
Such a generous gentleman.
Swing and a miss. So he got a piece of it. Stays alive. Barely.
Kennedy's going to the arsenal. There comes, he's breaking a couple curveballs out. Dixon stays back just enough. Yeah, he did get a piece.
So Machado has turned this into an 8-pitch at bat here after the strikeout of Iglesias.
Machado gathering himself. A little bit of strategy going on here. Kennedy and Perez were not on the same page. Ian's got crazy signs, so I can't decipher those. Nice job of spoiling that. Now that's outside, but probably too close to take with Jeff Nelson's zone.
Great at bat here for Machado, making Kennedy work. Dixon again waits on a 1-2. Swing and a miss, and he finally got him. 2 gone.
He took a little something off of that. 87 miles an hour. Let's take a look at Kennedy by inning at 75 here. 20 in the first, being extended here in the fifth. Tigers need to get something out of this. Started with first and second, nobody out. A couple of strikeouts. Don't want to strand them. Got to leave it up to Leonis Martin.
Martin, a strikeout and a line out. He hit one toward left field in his last at bat. A drive that was caught by Jay.
Martin, my bad.
Tigers have out hit the Royals 5-2. Now Kennedy trying to work around a pair of singles by Hicks and McCann. And methodically is doing it so far. Ball one.
This would be a huge hit if Martin could get the both runs in, or at least one run. Now you're at the top of your order into your big boys. Candy, Castellanos, and Victor. And then you want to just start rolling it over. Get multiple runs.
Tigers scored in 4 straight innings in the middle of yesterday's game. Been dominated by the 2 starters here tonight. Swing and a miss. 1-1 on Martin.
Changeup. He's worked a lot of changeups and curveballs in since he's got the base runners. See, he takes that grip, that Vulcan changeup grip every time. Then he'll move it from there. So he brings it up. Does he change it? There's another one. See, Kennedy's got really good arm action on all of his pitches. Does not slow his arm up. Can you imagine trying to throw a ball like that? I don't know how you control it, but these guys are very good at it.
Line drive foul.
87.
So now 2-2 on Martin.
Yeah, he likes to climb this ladder, the high heater. He's got a full arsenal. He's going to have to not commit too early. That changeup has been hard for the Tiger hitters to hit this inning.
It's been a 21 pitch inning right now for Kennedy. And the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And the Tigers, after a pair of leadoff singles, strikeouts from Iglesias, Machado, and Martin, they strand 2. Scoreless contest in this one. Mario and Gibby back here at the ballpark. Kirk, what a difference a day it makes. Yesterday, nothing but hits and runs, and now you got Liriano and Kennedy. Both of them have pitched well, but especially Liriano.
Well, Liriano, he's been really throwing that first pitch strike. Really minimal trouble this whole game. Kennedy's been in more trouble than Liriano, and we've had an opportunity this last inning. Hopefully that won't come back and bite us, but these games, you never know. Nothing's going on now, and all of a sudden they could break out. Got to be ready. And Kennedy's got, what, 80-some pitches, so he'll be done about 100. And Liriano, remember I said 80, 85. He's now at 54 pitches. He's still in good shape.
Not too many opportunities for the Royals in this game. When they have had base runners, they have knocked into double plays. They've done that twice in this game. Cuthbert is leading it off, and it's going to be Cuthbert, Jay, and Duda here in the bottom of the fifth.
Good block right there. 2 strikes. You want to make sure you get it down there and keep it in front of you in case they swing.
Popped up. Shallow right field. Castellanos coming in. And Nicholas makes the play. 1 gone.
Here's our Xfinity high-speed pitch. 94. Francisco's feeling good. It's a beautiful night. It's not too hot. Not cold for sure. Low is 76. That's always on the curveball. 94 is on the 4-seamer. So that's still in the sneaky range. You like to have that firmness to your pitches.
A walk and 2 singles tonight. That has been the entire Royals offense.
14 of 15 first pitch strikes now by Liriano.
Did not go. So says Manny Gonzalez. 1-1 on John Jay, who struck out in his only at bat. Liriano with a good pace going as well, and he throws low and in.
Big half inning here. Tigers had a golden opportunity to score, were unable to. Kennedy got tough. You got to hold Kansas City off the board as well, but they won out single.
Little roller up the middle for Jay, and that'll be the 3rd hit of the game now for the Royals. Time for a game break now, and here is Mickey York. Well, that's a pretty good series there with 2 teams right now that are considered 2 of the better teams in the American League. Liriano now will face Lucas Duda.
A couple of teams injury bug over there. Cleveland.
Cleveland is just trying to hang on with that bullpen with Andrew Miller on the disabled list. Nick Goody went on the DL. So they're a little short-handed. Of course, Brian Shaw left in the offseason.
Right. They'll find a way. You got to dig down. That's why when you go to the minor leagues, just make sure you're ready.
Opportunity awaits. Ground ball right back up the middle. Iglesias racing to the bag. 1 relay. Not in time. Close. They're going to check it. Max says he think he got him.
Yeah.
Duda obviously not the fleetest of foot.
Kind of a tough one. The Tigers were shifted, so nobody was there to cover the bag. I think he got there on the foot. He went and stuck his leg out. They should appeal that. He should be out.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah, I think you're right.
He's out there
He's
too.
out anyway.
Should be out on both points. See, you can only do 1 challenge. See if they go for the one at first or at second. He definitely stuck his legs out. See, he said what 1?
Well, I think for sure at first base he'll get the out call.
Second base. Watch the slide. Have to get in the rule book again here. Iggy comes up. Watch the leg come out of Jay. Should trip him.
Clearly.
And he looked out at first as well.
Now I'm assuming the Tigers have taken the call at first as their challenge. I assume. I don't know.
This would be a tricky one. He's got to call one of those guys out. Now the play at second may be a judgment play.
Right, and that's why I think they went for the one at first.
You have to go at first.
Yeah, that's more open to interpretation at second.
You really can't appeal. They're discussing it. Look at here you go again. Does the leg come up? It's a no-brainer. That has started wars in the past. Stick your leg out like that. Out of the baseline.
And you're out. So that'll end the inning. Tigers, we figured, would win that. And they did. Call overturned. Still no score.
Francisco Liriano coming out throwing strikes, dominating, got both pitches going. 15 of 16 first pitch strikes, getting him ahead. There you see the slider down underneath. Tigers turning the double plays as they have all year as well. So through 5, he's clean. Ian Kennedy, 5 innings, 5 hits, no runs as well, has not walked a batter. Tigers had a golden opportunity last inning, first 2 runners on. Kennedy struck out the next 3. We're all knotted up. No runs, 5 hits. No errors for the Tigers. No runs, 3 hits. And no errors for the Royals.
So the Tigers here in the 6th will have Candelario Castellanos and Victor Martinez against the right-hander, Ian Kennedy. No score. Total of 8 hits in the game. 5 for the Tigers, 3 for the Royals. Tigers tonight have turned 3 double plays. They have been among the best in the American League at turning 2.
And almost had another.
Candy 1 for 2, rolls this one foul.
Look at another changeup. He's really throwing a lot of changeups to the lefties now. Remember earlier in the game we talked, he throws a lot of fastballs. His fastball is fairly lively early in the game, and he loses just a little bit off it as the game progresses. Moves into his full repertoire.
Bouncing ball to second, and right there is Merrifield. Candelario is now 1 gone. We'll bring up Castellanos. Nicholas 0 for 2, strikeout and a fly ball to right.
Just missed the last one. First pitch fastball away. Ran off the plate just a little bit on Nick. Last night they pitched him all inside. And Kennedy doesn't throw a ton of pitches inside to the righties.
Tigers' best chance came in the 5th. Back-to-back singles by Hicks and McCann, and then 3 straight strikeouts.
What is that?
Candy of some sort. Is that strawberries? Covered in chocolate?
Looks like something to have some grape juice with.
What is that?
Well, we could get a lot of replies on that. This could be a wide range of things, couldn't it?
Berry kebabs, we are told.
Is that ice cream? Frozen?
No, they're berries.
Frozen berry kebabs?
On a kebab. 2-0 is low. 3-0 now on Nick.
No, I've seen Nick swing a ton on 3-0, but this is a spot right here. Just got to make sure you get it down, because Kennedy's fastball rides higher than you think it is.
Taking 3-1.
Right there. Pretty big stadium right here. Tough to hit him out.
Fouled away. Chevrolet's most dependable player. Highest batting average since August 8th of 2017. Mr. Castellanos right there. Only D. Gordon is ahead of him. 330 for Nicholas. Waiting on a 3-2 offering here with 1 out. And he missed high, ball 4. So Castellanos on with 1 out.
Here is the 1-800 call Sam called the game. Right out of the gate, Victor goes the other way. He's going to beat the shift. They're all over there on the right side. Then he goes right through it. You see there, he inside out. Then the next at bat, right over and through it, right into the teeth of it. 2 hits tonight for Victor. You can beat it by going over the wall too, can't you? Be a good timing right here. Tigers have made contact on the first pitch 5 times, 2 hits and 3 outs. See if Victor's going to be aggressive.
He is. Fouled to straight back. 0-1.
You know, you're seeing the shift again. 39% of, over 39% of all plate appearances, they employ a defensive shift. That's most in Major League Baseball.
It seems like way more than 39.5%.
Yeah, it does. Well, they do it in the minor leagues as well. I was just down there. It's incredible. You've never seen it like that, but boy, everybody's doing it.
Good pitch. 0-2.
It's really going to be up to the hitters to make them stop, don't you think? I mean,
yep. And I don't know if that'll ever happen, really. I mean, you're going to need to have some guys that are power hitters decide to spray the ball the other way. And I guess not even power hitters anymore, because they shift on everybody.
Well, it's just the data just shows that they're gonna pull it. They just do. The odds are they're gonna. Victor had a good one there. Looked like a changeup again. That changeup's about 83 to 85. It's got good arm motion on it. He's throwing that breaking ball down underneath the lefty's hands as well. And of course, the riding fastball does have a little cutter that he likes to throw to the lefties. Be careful down there, Nick. At first, Salvador Perez will call it in the dirt and try and get you. He's
ripped to right field. That'll get down. It's a 3-hit game for Martinez. Castellanos goes to third. He is in standing up, and the Tigers now have him at first and third.
Well, Victor's hot tonight. He's not taking and picked the stick, I don't believe, was he? Some points there, pitch by pitch, though. Good job. Kennedy gets on with the first pitch strike, then he drops the curveball in there. Victor fouls a couple of pitches that are close off and then drills it into the right field corner. Tigers really got something on. Nick on over to third, 1 out. Leave it to Jacoby.
Jones has put the ball on the ground twice, one of them resulting in a double play.
Safety squeeze. Get that first run on the board. Yeah, look at dude is cheating.
Strike one.
Just in case. Tigers had an opportunity in the last inning. Were unable to score. Better opportunity here in the 6th.
Tigers now have 6 hits, 3 for the Royals. The 0-1. 0-2 on Jacoby, and he's got some words now for Jeff Nelson.
Well, he took the first 2. Let's see, where was it? Ran back over the corner.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and Jones is out on 3 pitches. Another big strikeout for Kennedy.
This is pretty masterful right here by Ian Kennedy. He's throwing his best baseball with guys in scoring position. He set Jacoby up here. Look, he's going to go away, and then he gets ahead. That one tails back, outside, argues. Look at that 2-seamer right there. That really ate him up. With pitchers, it's all different wrist angles, how they let it out.
Well, as they talk it over on the mound now, let's bring in Trevor Thompson.
Mario, John Hicks is getting his 4th start of the season at first base, and he's going to get plenty of run there because Miguel Cabrera has been put on the 10-day disabled list with that right hamstring strain. No telling how long that may take to heal before Miggy's back in the lineup. And certainly Hicks is not expected to fill his shoes offensively, but he's a fine defensive first baseman. He's got some pop in that bat, and he's excited to have the opportunity to get more at-bats, even though it's at the expense of Miguel Cabrera being out of the lineup. And they've called up Grayson Griner to be their backup catcher to spell James McCann should he need a blow, and that should happen sometime in the series, according to Ron Gardenhire in the pregame.
Well, we'd love to see some of that pop right now out of Mr. Hicks. He's got runners at first and third, 2 outs in a scoreless game.
Get a curveball.
It's really nothing new for Kennedy because opponents this year are batting 139 with runners in scoring position. He struck out 3 after 2 hits in the 5th, and now a big strikeout of Jones here in the 6th. Hicks swings and misses 0-1.
Cutter. We've seen him throw a cutter, a 4-seam, a curveball, a changeup, and a 2-seamer.
Kevin McCarthy is warming up in the Royals pen.
97 pitches for Ian Kennedy.
Now the 0-1. 0-2. John Hicks.
After walking Nick and getting Victor, actually had 2 quick strikes on Victor, 3 quick strikes on Jacoby. Hicks down 0-2. Kennedy really commanding the zone when it counts.
Fouled away. Hicks a single and a strikeout in this game. Now 3 hits in 6 at bats in this series. Made the ball club as the backup catcher out of spring camp. Tigers had a lot of catchers in camp this year. Brian Pena, former Tiger, was back in camp. Jared Saltalamacchia was at AAA, and Hicks beat him out to back up McCann. Now he's being utilized at first. Just got a piece of it.
That's 100. Tigers really worked him the last 3 innings. 16, 23, 20 already here. Again ahead in that 0-2 count. Just going to throw something to chase right here.
106 is the most he has thrown in any start 3 starts ago in a loss to Toronto. Chopped it foul. Tigers have had pressure on Kennedy each of the last 3 innings. They've had 2 men on in each of the last 3. Part of the problem yesterday, the Tigers stranded way too many base runners. Up and in. Came back with a heater that time.
Yeah, a little purpose pitch right there. Wasted one. Got to watch for the pitch down and away. You're throwing that cutter. We were talking about the umpire, Jeff Nelson, earlier. I got him ranked at an 88% strike call down there, just a little bit off.
Driven to right field, but Soler is there, and the Tigers again will strand 2 more. No runs, a single, a walk, and Kennedy pitches out of a jam again.
In the game, we're going to show them really quick. Look at the exit velocities, the launch angle. All the Kansas City's right around 108 miles per hour. The degree of launch is a little different. There's Soler. He hit the 3rd one. Then Nick Castellanos hit one for the Tigers also. 100 miles an hour, only 27 degrees. And it did go 359 feet. Now, we've been trying to figure out this exit velocity and this launch angle. What does it really mean? How far does the ball really go? And we'll share that with you here in a minute.
Gordon swings and misses to get things rolling here in the bottom of the 6th. Gordon, Escobar, and then Merrifield in the Royals' 6th inning. No score. Tigers stranding 2 more. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and it's outside.
I think with Gordon, you want to watch the soft stuff. He's a veteran guy, and he'll go after it.
How about Liriano? 16 of 17 first pitch strikes. It'll miss low and away, 2-1.
Yeah, he's been outstanding. And Alex Gordon, last year, he had his hands close to his chest, and his front side was closed. Watch his hands, how far they're off his body. See how they're away from it now? This is what's freed him up. He's not pulling off the ball this year.
It's very noticeable, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. We'll build that for our next game. Just watch his hands. They used to be real tight on the body, right against the chest. Now he's got him off. You see how he's trying to relax him.
Swing and a miss. Another
Nasty.
strikeout for Liriano.
Okay, now we're going to go back to the home runs. This is 3 Royals. Okay, what does it all mean? 108 basically, mile-an-hour exit velocity. Look at the different launch angles. And this, look at the distance. The 108.9 and the 30 degree. That's the longest one. That's not the longest one. 107 and the 28 degree. That's off of Soler. How about Nick's? Nick came up measly 100 miles an hour, 27 degrees, but he pulled that down the line. So just sharing that with you. We're trying to simplify it when we say it, what it means.
Escobar a single in the 3rd inning of the ball game tonight. Pops that one up. Down the first base line, Hicks has room.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he dropped it.
You can see it.
It came back on him. That'll be an E3.
Yeah, you know, I just had a feeling he was running it, and this ball's got a lot of spin on it. It's going to come back this way, and he overran it just a tad. Could have gotten the lights up there as well. That's another thing you got to deal with. Most fields are sloped from the baselines down to the dugout, so you're like running downhill as well. So it gives you an interesting sensation.
Pulled foul. Well, it's new life for Escobar. Liriano has surrendered 3 singles in this game and 1 walk. He has been helped out by double plays in each of the last 3 innings. Ground ball, right side of the infield. Machado down to a knee. So nothing comes to the air. 2 gone.
A lot of ground balls today as well.
This is what we have seen pretty much day in and day out from Liriano. I mean, in his starts, when you look at the hit totals, he had not given up more than 6 hits in any start this year. 2, 5, 3, 4 in the other starts. So he has kept everything very manageable.
And the walks today are outstanding. Only has 6 strikeouts, 11 outs on ground balls.
Merrifield a ground out and a double play ball. One and one.
Still, look at here. He's in there in the 6th inning, 6 2/3, or 5 2/3, only at 73 pitches. One of the more economical performances for Liriano this year.
Merrifield trying to get it back to Soler, who's waiting on deck. They just have not had many base runners, and when they do, they're bouncing into 2.
And a little tension in here for the Royals, and the fans seem to be ready to energize if something's going to happen.
Now 3 and 1.
.75 pitches, 51 strikes, 24 balls.
2 7-pitch innings for Liriano. Here's the 3-1.
Three and 2.
Royals lead the season series. These 2 squads have played 7 games. Kansas City has won 4 of those, despite the fact that they came in 9 and 22. So 4 of their wins this year, 4 of the 9 coming against the Tigers. High pop up, shallow left field. It's going to be Iglesias going back there. And it's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for Francisco Liriano. He is dealing tonight. Kansas City, the Ram pick the stick update is as follows, and as you might expect, not a whole lot going on. Gibby's got one. Trev's got one. Simo a -3. I'm treading water right now with a big fat 0.
Well, Tiger's got a 0 on the board. Need to get a crooked number. How's that?
That'd be nice. Kevin McCarthy in the wall side windows pitching change.
11th game. Threw inning and 2/3 yesterday against the Tigers, so they should know about him, huh?
Bottom 3 coming up. You got McCann leading things off, and he rolls one to third out of the reach of Cuthbert in the left. But Mack's still swinging it. That's 2 more hits in this game. Well, if you can't catch the games on TV, you can stream them live on your mobile device with Fox Sports Go. Download the app, take Fox Sports Detroit and Tigers baseball with you wherever you go. It's made available by Oakland University. Let's see how the Tigers want to play this. They have Iglesias up there. He was batting with 2 on, nobody out in the 6th. Unable to advance the runners, eventually struck out.
This is the inning.
Iggy backs out of there and a ball inside 1-0. McCarthy earned the victory in the game yesterday. Retired all 4 batters he faced, got a double play ball, pitched a 1-2-3 7th inning. Tigers trying to get him today. 2-0. Six men left on base for the Tigers in this game. 2 in each of the last 3 innings. Ball 3. Machado waiting on deck. Iglesias taking all the way. Royals bullpen came in with an ERA of 6.07 as a squad.
Do you get him running here in 3-1 or 3-2? It's kind of hard with nobody out.
Popped up a bunt, and it's caught by McCarthy. 1 out.
Well, Iggy's, they've been out bunting today. They were out early bunting today. he's just trying to utilize and catch him by surprise here. It doesn't work out. I mean, he just pops it up. He did run. If you don't run, then they can, you know, intentionally drop that ball and puts James McCann in a pickle. 1 on, 1 out.
Here's Machado. Dixon slicing 1 foul, 0-1.
So if you were around, this is the 7th inning. What happens if McCann gets the second? It's a possibility. It's probably too early in this game that you would run. You would run for him. Now you have Griner. So maybe next time around. Uh-oh, watch it.
2 gone, and the line drives straight at Merrifield.
Nothing you can do. I mean, it's a great at bat and hit a bullet. It's like what Jacoby did last night. This time, good base running by McCann. Doesn't get doubled off. They say those even out.
Do you believe that?
You never do if you're the guy hitting them.
They probably do over the course of the year. But you're right. If you're the guy hitting them, it's hard to buy into that. Here's Leonis Martin. Runner goes. McCann on the move. Perez's throw is high. Tag. Safe. How about Max stealing a bag?
He was running early. He got him by surprise. He was doing a couple hops, and Salvador came out really quick. He had to rush it. Watch, he came. If Martin would have swung, he would have had interference. See, he's starting early. They're going to review that.
Did he come off? Yes, he's out. That left arm was not on the bag. Well, you talk about a sneak attack there.
Yeah, but it's going to turn into a caught stealing. I don't think this one's going to take too long. Nope.
Not long at all. He's out. Yep. That'll end the inning. So McCann caught stealing by Salvador Perez. Perez knew. And he was right. Inning over. Coming up, the Consumers Energy 7th inning stretch. Scoreless, and I don't think there's any doubt in a season in which Liriano has been very impressive, Gibby. This is probably his best start of the year.
Oh, he's throwing a beauty, holding the Royals off of the board, and the Tigers have been all over the Royals offensively, but have not been able to score. Had a couple on in the 5th, a couple on in the 6th. James McCann tried to do the sneak attack, and he had the base but came off the bag, and Salvador Perez ends up getting a caught stealing. So Tigers are putting some pressure on him and have not been able to execute a couple bunts, but they continue to push on.
So Liriano goes back to work, and he's got Soler to deal with here. Soler, Moustakas, and Perez, 2, 3, and 4. Key inning now for Mr. Liriano. There's a ball outside, 1-1.
So Iglesias has had a couple of bunts that haven't worked out for him. Now I was here at what, 2:30. They were Tigers were on the field. They were all bunting. Okay, so they're trying to implement that into the game. Just it's work in progress.
So Liriano now has had a total of 80 here in the 7th. Here's the 2-1 pitch. 3-1 on Soler. Soler nearly hit one out against Liriano in the first inning, driving Martin back to the wall to make a leaping play. Strike called, 3-2 on Soler.
Liriano's got great confidence through that pitch there, down in the count. Change up, lots of arm motion. Totally locks Soler up.
The 3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Another change up, 2 in a row. Let's take a look at big boys, big plays of the game. Francisco Liriano just saw a beautiful come from behind 3-1 count. He's getting everything to go right. That's the slider he went to there. The last 2 pitches have been changeup. That was an early slider. See how it's breaking down, and we talked about how you don't see the dot there. The double plays have helped him all game. They have 3 of those.
Popped up. Moustakas, middle of the infield for Iglesias. 2 gone.
Liriano's line very impressive. This is the strongest we've seen him this late in the game. 6 1/3 innings, actually 6 2/3 innings, 3 hits, a walk, 5 Ks. An ERA now under 3 for Liriano.
Here's Perez. Swing and a miss.
Did a little Louis Tiant turn there.
Want to keep Perez in the ballpark. Homer in the ball game yesterday. 18 home runs for Perez versus the Tigers over the years, which is more than any other team that he's faced.
That's a filthy changeup right there. See the downward fading action? Just really in rhythm right now.
And incredibly, Liriano 20 of 22 in first pitch strikes. The 0-2.
Salvi Perez, very dangerous. Got to keep it down in the zone. Hit a home run yesterday, and the ball outer third, about thigh high.
Bouncing ball to short. Should get him out of the inning. Iglesias in time for the out. A 1-2-3-7. Snappy 7th inning for Liriano. He's been awesome today. Tigers baseball presented by Bell Tire. Detroit is brought to you by Bell Tire. For tires and auto service, everybody needs a Bell Tire guy. And by Chevrolet, the most awarded and fastest growing brand the last 4 years overall. Back here in KC, where the Tigers are playing game 2 in this 4-game weekend series, and we have had nothing but zeros on the board in this one. Kennedy and Liriano. Liriano's been a little bit better. And back to the bullpen goes the Royals now. It's a wall side windows change for Blaine Boyer.
Blaine Boyer in the game again. He's thrown a lot against the Tigers when the Royals have been in town, or we've been here 11 games. ERA is inflated. He's throwing the ball better than that now, but had a rocky start. Tigers, let's see if they can keep the pressure on. 3 straight innings. Had an opportunity. Get that leadoff runner on right now.
Well, they got the top of the order coming up. It's Leonis Martin to lead things off. Tried to drop a bunt down and fouled it off of Perez.
Good attempt. Tigers really, you can tell they've been working on it. Actually, the other day when Michael Fulmer threw, remember they're out for PFPs and they had, what, 3 or 4 of those. John Hicks took some plays at first base. He made about 3 beauties. Gardy had him out early today at 2:30 or so, bunting, and you're seeing them try to implement into the game. Have not had success yet, although let's not forget the other day when Jacoby Jones won the game with a safety squeeze, or Jacoby Jones scored, I should say, on a John Hicks safety squeeze.
Ball got Perez right under the mask. Bang.
He started to stand up when he saw the bunt. He really comes out of there quick.
Martino for 3, couple of strikeouts along the way. Ian Kennedy went 6 scoreless. McCarthy in the 7th, and now Boyer here in the 8th. Martin sure does have a big swing at times.
Well, he's thinking dinger right now. He's going to have to shorten up here, try to get on base. No balls and 2 strikes. Important to get that leadoff hitter on again. Another foul. You really had to fight yourself as a hitter not to be too energetic.
Tiger box 3 for Martinez in this game. He's been the leading hitter. McCann with a couple of hits.
Probably going to have to pinch run if Victor gets on.
Got him, strike 3, and Leonis didn't like it. Now he's got a jawbone with Jeff Nelson.
Don't get thrown out. You don't have many players. See the Tigers take on the Mariners Saturday, May 12th at 4:10 p.m. Come early for the on-field photo day. Your chance to take photos of your favorite Tiger players on the Comerica Park field. For tickets, call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com.
Gardy went out there to make sure that he didn't get tossed out of this game. Martin has punched out, and he has struck out for the 3rd time in this game. Here is Jeimer Candelario. That is outside 1-0.
Here's the pitch that Leonis didn't like. Looked like it was off the plate. 89 miles an hour. And I'm just looking at this scouting report I have here with Nelson. They just say he rewards pitchers who can just throw it off the outside corner, and he has done so tonight. You used to always hope that when you get in these situations late in the game that it's a true strike is a true strike. He says many umpires call that maybe 15% of the time. Nelson 25 to 28% of the time.
Strike on the outer edge.
There it is again.
Yep. Exact same pitch. That appeared to be a touch off the plate.
Well, it's apparent that Leonis didn't say you or curse him, because that for sure would have got him thrown.
2-2. Boyer has not had a good year this year with the Royals. He broke in with Atlanta and spent 5 years with the Braves, a couple of years with Arizona as well. Cardinals, Padres, Mets, well traveled. Boston. Pulled fair down the line.
Oh, he just caught it. That's a double.
Picked up by the ball boy.
Look at, he still doesn't know.
And it's going to be a double. Right into his glove. He thought it was foul. Nope, it's fair. Oh boy. So Candelario will get a double.
That was clearly fair. His eyes told him that's foul. Look at the kid up here. He loves it. But that's a ground rule double. Tiger's another runner in scoring position.
Well, that's a terrible feeling for the young man, I'm sure. That ball right down the line, clearly signaled fair by Las Diaz. Now you got Castellanos up there. Go ahead run in scoring position. Castellanos with a walk, a fly ball, and a strikeout. And he's still beside himself.
Is he laughing or is he hiding?
I think he's bummed right now.
Yeah, he's going to be known nationally. That play.
Nick loops one foul back out of play.
Time for the DTE Energy Know Your Own Power yesterday, Nicholas. It's 100 miles an hour right down in the left field corner. 359 feet. I'd take another.
Nick came in 7th in the American League with 38 hits so far this year. The 0-1.
They didn't give him that one.
Nick watched that ball all the way into the glove, expecting the worst. But
Well,
Boyer did not get the call.
If you get 2 strikes, you can't take it for granted. I'm just telling you. We all know their balls. He's been pretty consistent with it. I read his scouting report. It says right there, it's what he does. It's a strike caller.
2-1.
Of course, with the base open, you probably don't want to get into Nick too much. Although Victor has 3 hits tonight, he's on deck.
Popped him up. First base side for Lucas Duda, and that is out number 2.
See if they walk Victor.
Well, Victor's had 3 hits in this game. I thought there was a really good chance they would walk Castellanos.
They're walking him.
Now Victor will get an intentional pass, so he's on base for the 4th time.
Jacoby's in the middle of a lot of these good things for the Tigers recently, so I like this.
Jones came up with a guy on in the 2nd, hit into a double play. 2 men on in the 4th, grounded out. 2 men on in the 6th, struck out, and now he is due.
And Victor Reyes is going to pinch run for V-Mart. So we got some speed on the bases. Jammer's going to have to make sure he gets a good secondary lead. Got to get home on a 2-out hit.
One out double by Candelario. Now with 2 outs, the intentional walk to Victor Martinez. Reyes pinch running, and here is Jones.
Be awake down there. Reyes has got to be awake. He'll get thrown behind.
Ball 1.
As soon as that ball crosses the plate, you got to get back to the bag.
Tigers 0 for 7 with men in scoring position in this game. Time for their first big hit. We'll see if Jones can deliver. Fouled away, 1-1.
So you got to watch this guy coming in behind, because Salvador, he's quick. You come in off the bench, maybe you're not quite loosened up. You're coming from watching a game into a game. Have to tune it up. Salvi will call that pitch down and away to the righty. Drop on one knee and fire.
2-1. Jones has provided some heroics this year. 2-out risk. He is 3 for 9. Tigers looking for a run somehow, some way here. No score in the 8th.
Playing fairly deep in center field, Alex Gordon.
Swing and a miss. 2-2.
Spinning it. 87-mile-an-hour slider. This ball's up too. Crush that. Stay back on it. Seen just about everything he's got. This isn't the first time the Tigers have seen Boyer. Now you got to shorten up, try and force it the other way.
Kobe hanging in there.
They're going to try and get that slider down in the way again, probably.
Royals pitching tonight with a total of 8 strikeouts.
You know, I'm going to say it too. He gets this pitch on the outside corner down and away. Nelson, it's an 88% strike for him. Average umpire 80%, so he's going to call it a little further off.
Too far off, and now 3-2. John Hicks waiting on deck. So the Tigers now will start the runners here. Candelario at second, Reyes at first.
Get him going quick. Try and score on the double, short double. If you get out there far enough, you know, a long single. Start hopping.
Line drive, fair ball down the left field line. 2 runs will score. Jones on his way to second. He's got a double. Jacoby comes through here in the 8th, and it's 2-0 Tigers.
Great at bat, laid off the outside pitch. Fouled a couple of pitches off, fastballs. Gets one middle in that he can handle. Guardian pinch run for Victor. And it all works out right here, just a hanger. The hanging slider right down the middle. Let's watch the base runners. Reyes got a good start there from first base, and he's low flying. And Jacoby, he gets excited. I've seen this a couple times. He's starting to really feel it. That'll make Leonis feel a little better too, huh?
Here is Hicks, and he looks at a ball inside. 1-0.
Way to pick him up.
So a double by Candelario, an intentional walk to V-Mart, and a 2-run double for Jacoby Jones. 5 doubles on the year. The Tigers all of a sudden have 9 hits now. And they scored 2 here in the 8th. They lead 2-0.
Pick this one up. pick up Jacoby. Jacoby gets fired up, and he probably wants to steal this bag right now, even though there is 2 outs.
2-0.
Not advisable with Salvador behind the dish.
It's been a long inning for Boyer. 22 pitches here in the 8th. Ground ball to short. Escobar to his right. Hicks is out. That'll end the inning. But the Tigers come up with a clutch 2-out double by Jacoby Jones. Going to the bottom of the 8th. Tigers have their first lead of the night. Thanks to Jacoby.
Get a couple. This pitcher's duel has turned into a tight one. 2-0 lead for the Tigers. Look at the battle. Look at the numbers. So far, Francisco Liriano has outpitched Ian Kennedy. Kennedy's gone. Liriano out for the bottom of the 8th. Just has all the pitches. Liriano slider, fastball went to the change. Ian Kennedy, fastball, curveball, he went to the change. Liriano, 12 outs on the ground. We've turned 3 double plays on that. Last thing, I think he had 20 out of 22 first pitch strikes. This is as good as I've ever seen him with his command.
So Liriano now here in the 8th inning sees some action in the Tigers pen. Stump and Jimenez. You got Cuthbert, Jay, and Duda here in the 8th. And Francisco has limited the Royals to just 3 hits. That is it.
How far do you go?
Here's the 2-0 pitch outside. 3-0. Last time Liriano went 8 complete innings was June of 2015 for the Pirates. That was against the White Sox. He was scoreless in that game. He has been sparkling here tonight.
Well, Ron Gardenhire is going to have to see. He's going to think about bringing in somebody out of the bullpen. Got to think about who they will pinch hit for. Got Goins, Butera on the bench, and switch hitter Almonte.
3-1 now on Chesler. Cuthbert, fly ball and a ground out. And he walked it, ball 4, so the leadoff man is on here in the 8th. It's going to be it. Gardy coming out, and he has already signaled to the bullpen he wants Stump here with John Jay coming up. Well, this is the best we've seen Liriano this year. He just continues to shine in the Tigers rotation.
Great pickup.
And we'll get a pitching change here in KC. Here comes Daniel Stump. We'll be back. Have a 2-0 lead, and Daniel Stump coming out of the bullpen now with the leadoff walk, chasing Liriano here in the 8th. John Jay will stand in, and he'll take a strike on the outer edge.
Stump becoming a very reliable reliever, the lefty reliever out of the bullpen. Threw a couple days ago, 1 inning, 7 pitches. A third of an inning, I'm sorry. And just look, the Royals had Almonte on the bench, which Gardy likes Stump against Almonte because he gets the ball deep in on the righties. Butera, really not a threat right-handed, and Coins. That's just 3 guys on the bench. So Gardy had him there. Now if he wants to pinch hit for Duda, he's got Joe Jimenez in the bullpen ready to go.
Jay shoots a ground ball to left, just out of the reach of Iglesias on an 0-2 pitch. He singles to left field, and now the tying runs are on. Nobody out. They'll bring in Lucas Duda.
I don't think Duda would bunt here. Only hitting 171 against lefties, though. But he's got pop.
How good was Liriano in this game? First pitch strikes on 20 of 23 in this game. Amazing.
93. I mean, 93 pitches, 61 strikes. That's 70% almost, isn't it?
Now it's up to the bullpen, though. Lucas Duda, double play ball in his last at bat against Liriano. Big swing there by Duda. He let it all hang out. 0-1. Royals have doubled their hit totals here in the 8th. Actually, no, they haven't. There was a walk to Cuthbert, but they have 4 now. 4 total hits. Single and a walk. Duda waits on the 0-1. Oh, 2.
Now, if you're the Tigers, you would definitely want to throw it off the corner, right? Had been called out on a couple. It works both ways. Leave that ball 3-4 inches off the corner. See if you can get the call.
Let's see where McCann sets up. Outside. In the air towards shallow left center field, and it's going to be Jones to come in to make the play. 1 gone. Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank. Raise your expectations of what a bank can be. Come to Comerica. Your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyDetroit.com. See why Chevy drives the Motor City. And by Wallside Windows. We can do that. We are the factory. One away now, and Stump will face his third consecutive left-handed batter. It is Alex Gordon.
Worked good for Gardy the way he set it up. And Escobar, he'll probably bring in the righty. He has to.
Strike one. He went out there. 93. Gordon didn't like it.
Well, it showed it was right on the corner. That's not even as far off as the one on Martin.
That's outside. 1-1 on Gordon. Strikeout and a ground out tonight. Those two at bats against Liriano.
3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 5 Ks. 93 pitch. 7 innings. That's efficient.
So Stump goes right back out there with the heater miss. 2-1.
Just looking ahead here, you want to get double play right here if you can. If not, you got Escobar against Jimenez, and he's going to be swinging at the first pitch.
Line drive off the glove of Machado into right field. They're going to hold the runner at third base as Castellanos gets it back in, and now they're loaded for the Royals. Single for Gordon.
And this is a bullet right here. Machado, I don't know if he couldn't get in front of it or he just played it to the side. It looked like it took a little bad hop. Gordon had a nice swing at it. Yeah, it just took a bad hop and he couldn't get in front of it. If you can, you want to try and get in front of that and take it off the chest. Took a high hop. Good thing he was out of the way. And Nick comes in nice and hard and stops the runner at third. Cuthbridge. We got a pitch change.
Joe Jimenez coming in now, and he will try and put up a fire here in the 8th.
True moment happened in the top of the 8th inning. Tigers had a couple on, and Jacoby Jones with the big double scores Victor Reyes here to score the second run. Jacoby again, you see the emotion at second base. They put the Tigers up 2-0. However, Royals have them loaded up with one out here in the bottom of the 8th, and we got a new pitcher in Joe Jimenez.
Wallside Windows pitching change. 17th appearance now for Jimenez.
And he's throwing he didn't throw yesterday, through the previous 2 days. He's going to try and jump him right here.
Way outside. They'll go to the backstop. They'll try and score the run, and they will. A wild pitch makes it a 2-1 ball game. Wasn't even close.
Yeah, he yanked that. And McCann never had a chance. Got to bring your infield in. This is a tough call here, because if you bring it in and the ball goes through the infield, the go-ahead run scores. If you leave him back, though, you may let the tying run score. You got the lead. Gardy's decided he's going to try and keep it. Got to watch the bunt here as well. Maybe John Hicks wants to be in a little tighter.
One 1-0 on Escobar. Cuthbert scores from third. Tying run at third base now. That's Jay. Gordon in second.
You know it's not going to be a slider this time.
.95 from Jimenez, missed outside. 2-0. Top of the order lurking, Whit Merrifield.
Escobar 1 for 2 off of Joe.
Here's the 2-0. 3-0 on Alcides Escobar.
You know, Joe came into a very hot situation.
Now they're just going to put him on. They're going to walk him.
Smart move. Go for the double play.
That'll bring up Merrifield. Here comes Vaz. Tigers pitching coach Chris Bosio coming on. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live or on demand at home, in the office, or on the go with MLB.tv. Or subscription includes MLB at Bat Premium, allowing you to watch live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Black out on the restrictions apply. Go to Tigers, or I should say MLB.tv for details. MLB.tv for more details. So it doesn't get any stickier than this. You got the bases loaded, tying run at third, only one out. And the youngster Jimenez trying to wiggle out of a big time problem here in the eighth.
Looking for a ground ball. Or a short pop up, punch him out.
Merrifield hit into a double play in the third. He's put the ball on the ground twice in this game. Ball one, as McCann had to go down to block that one.
You know, I watched Jimenez throw his warm-up pitches. He did not get his slider over in the warm-ups as well. Does not have the feel.
Gardy hoping he finds that field quickly.
Yeah, one good pitch and he'll feel real good. Double him up.
Driven to right field. Castellanos going back, still going back to the track to make the catch. This will tie the game. Gordon will go to third, sac fly, and it's 2-2. And Liriano will come up empty.
That's too bad, but it's tied up. It's better than giving up the go-ahead run. Got to pick yourselves up. You still got an out to go. Men in first and third. McCann's got to make sure he blocks everything. Defensively, you got to make sure you catch it before you throw it. Can't let it beat you down.
Here is Soler with 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Here's the good bender, and he was on front. 0-1.
So there's an early swinger as well. Not up there to walk. He's up there with big power.
Liriano punched him out twice in this game. Ball low. Escobar will take second without a throw. Second and third down with 2 outs. Stolen base for Escobar.
Got to keep that slider down and away.
Ground ball left side, base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes Escobar. Here's the throw to the plate, not in time. It's a 2-run single for Soler, and the Royals lead 4-2.
Take a look at the location. The first pitch was down and away. This one up in the zone. Didn't get it where he wanted it to. And Soler's got that big reach and just pulls it right in between the 5-6 hole. And the Royals get 2 more.
Here is Moustakas. Ball 1.
This inning started with the leadoff walk. Now 3 hits.
The Royals answer the Tigers' 2-run 8th with a 4 spot. 1 for 3 for Moustakas. In on his hands, fouled it back. 1-1. Now you've got the right-hander Herrera warming up, their closer. That stolen base by Escobar proves huge. That was the 2nd run on that base hit.
Yeah, but you don't want to cover on that because you move your guys on your defense, and then one goes through the infield. That was the determination that was made.
Big swing there by Moustakas. 1-2.
I think the Tigers might want to think about getting somebody up in the bullpen now. Menace, you don't want to leave him out there any longer than he is. 11 pitches right now. I think he's 2nd in the league in appearances.
Here's the 1-2. 2-2 on Moustakas. Perez on deck. Wild pitch scored 1. Sac fly scored another. 2-run single by Soler broke the tie. High pop up, shallow left field. Jones coming in. That'll end the inning, but the Royals score 4 times, spoiling the outing of Liriano, and it'll go to the 9th. Magic left in the bats here as we go to the top of the 9th inning, and Kelvin Herrera will come on now for the Royals. Trying to shut this one down. They've got Gordon shifting to left field, and Almonte is coming to the ball game now. Abraham Almonte in center. Bottom 3 coming up. It's going to be McCann, Iglesias, and Machado. 4-2, Royals have the lead, and McCann looks at a ball low.
You know, James has a couple of knocks on swinging at that first pitch, but you're down by 2 runs. You got to get on base to get that tying run to the plate. So most of the time you're going to take that and make that reliever, the opposing reliever, try a strike. It saw it here.
It on his hands, and Perez hangs on to it. Ball just thudded off the bat. 1 gone. Upcoming matchup presented by Wallside Windows. It'll be Jason Hamill, Jordan Zimmerman tomorrow in game 3.
Well, Hamill struggled. You can see he's 0-3. Jordan Zimmerman only 1-0. He threw pretty good last time out, so something to build off of. He's really excited to get back on the mound tomorrow and try and get the Tigers a win.
Tomorrow's game on FS1. Coverage begins at 4 p.m. There's a strike called as he throws a 97-mile-an-hour dart.
He's firm.
Iggy is 0 for 3 in the game. Swing and a miss. Wrinkled one that time, and now it's 0-2. Tigers have left 7 men on base in this game.
You got to find a way to get on here.
We're on 2.
Struck him out yesterday, and I think he's got a chance to get him today.
Need a base runner. Just off the plate again. Just hold your breath. 2-2.
Guess that was just a little too far. Finally tightened it up now that we've got here to the 9th inning. Means a lot. Every pitch.
Slice to right field. Soler is on the move and sliding to make the catch. Wow.
Well defensed and a good job on the catch. Kept his concentration. Approaching the wall. He stayed with it. Got down so he wouldn't run into it. Soler really playing well this series so far. Knows where he's at. Goes down. Uses that dirt to protect himself. He was playing way over initially, so he's in great position to make that play.
Here's Machado. Strike 1 to Dixon. Now it's 0-2. Herrera trying to save his 6th of the year.
He's come right out, just pounded the strike zone. You hope that he's unable to do that. Been ahead of every Tiger hitter. Firm movement.
Popped him up, should do it. Merrifield, and the Royals win game 2. A spectacular effort by Francisco Liriano is wasted tonight. Royals win 4-2. Now we send you to the Coliseum Studios, Mickey York with Tigers Live postgame.